Boys and girls, this is the Undisputed Era. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, and you're listening to Going In Raw, baby.
This is the glorious one, Bobby Roode, and you're watching Going In Raw.
What's up, it's your girl, Sasha Banks, the legit boss, and you're watching Going In Raw. You like that?
Hi, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here at youtube.com/Steve and Larson, and available wherever podcasts can be found. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, a little notify bell next to it if you're watching us over there on the YouTubes. If you're listening to us in the audio realm on a podcast, perhaps on a podcast app, why don't you leave us a rating, review, or a comment? It really does help boost the exposure of Going In Raw, and it does us a great service, Larson. We're also, of course, on the Patreon at patreon.com/Steve and Larson. Got a bunch of reward tiers over there. This past weekend, I put together the very first, and this is the $1 mark. It's a very exciting thing.
Yes.
I think it's cool to give away little weird things, right? So I put together the very first digital care package.
Oh, yeah. That's the one you sent to me, yeah.
It's got like 8 or 9 GIFs of just either us or goofy wrestling stuff that I created my own. And it's got a bunch of Going In Raw themed wallpapers. So there's like a Rawgate Kills phone wallpaper thing for your little smartphone right there. So it's a lot of fun. And also, there's a coupon for friendomarket.com. We still have plenty of shirts and sticker packs.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Got a new one on the way. But there's a coupon in there. I think it's like 20% off coupon.
Wow.
It's got a discount code. And that's all the $1 Patreon mark. But we got a couple new patrons here over the past 24 hours. So I'll go ahead and give them their shout out, because at $1 you get a shout out as well. Jerry Simmons, Dale Kirk, Ron Sanders, and Arturo Cruz.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you for your support. It really goes a long way here at Going In Raw.
Yes.
In these uncertain times, I was watching last night I was watching the Smosh video where one of the dudes, Anthony from Smosh talks about when Defy Media went under.
Ooh. And
he talks about his the fact that he sold Smosh for nothing, for $0.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Ouch.
Oof.
Man, they were huge. I mean, they're still big. They still do millions of views.
And they still have like 5 channels or whatever. A bunch of channels, but yeah.
Yeah. My goodness gracious.
Wow.
But yeah, trying times. I watched another one. I think it's from a dude named Matt Pat, the game theorist.
Yeah.
And it was cool. In one of his videos, he gave a huge shout out to our management guy, John Carl.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he was like, man, he's the best guy I ever worked with. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. it's always here because, like, we know personally that he's awesome. He's like
he is
the
fantastic.
best.
He's
shout
awesome,
out to John Carl.
Yeah, man, he's tops.
So it was just funny, like because the dude was ranting about MCNs and stuff, and he was like, John Carl though, he's great, best guy I ever worked with. I was like, that's my guy.
That's our guy.
That's the guy.
And he's awesome.
We're well taken care of.
Oh,
here
yes.
Going In. Anyways, moving on. Weird Raw last night, right?
Yeah.
The community tab poll gave 40% to somewhere in between, which is kind of, some people actually suggested one of the poll options here should be just weird show. I think that probably would have taken the cake. I think that would have run away with it.
It was a weird show.
It was a weird show. It was somewhere in between. So 12% said yay, 16% said yay, and then 39% said somewhere in between, which seems about right. When you have the yays and nays about equal, and then somewhere in between runs away with it, that makes sense.
It's pretty much a mediocre show.
Yeah.
And kind of weird.
There were things that I liked about it.
Like the main event felt like it really should have kicked off the third hour rather than being the main event.
Yeah. Was there a proper main event there, though?
No, that was it. No, in lieu of?
I'm saying any of those matches, could they have been the main event?
Come on, Double J versus Elias.
That's actually a good point. They're pushing Double J pretty hard.
Yeah, they are.
Man, that guitar shot. Ouch.
Yeah, that thing didn't break.
That was like a legit guitar or something, because it didn't break.
You know what? They could have done the Sasha, Bailey, Alicia Fox, Nikki Cross in the main event.
If it had a cooler finish, yes. Because the roll-up finishes, you really don't want
in the
main event.
If it was the main event, that would have been something else. But yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Could have been something else.
I agree.
Because there's a lot riding on that match. Whereas the main event, there really wasn't anything riding on it.
I think one of the main things is it really lacks when what they could have done if they made it a bit more. There was a bit more passion behind like how it sort of finished. And I say passion just in terms of like the heat behind it. Mm-hmm. If Stephanie and Becky Lynch, if they had saved that for the main event segment,
obviously,
that could have been a big deal too. But they kicked the show off with that. I'm looking at other stuff here. Yeah, I didn't love anything, but I also didn't like dislike.
Yeah,
I wasn't even necessarily bored by anything.
No.
Although I
wasn't like really into anything either.
It's literally
the most play it safe episode of Raw there is.
It's the definition of somewhere in between.
Yeah,
it really is.
It really
Here's
is.
the thing, well, sometimes when they play it safe, it's just boring.
I know,
and I don't think nothing was really boring. It just didn't really like get me.
Yeah.
There's no Seth Rollins either. He's taking some time. You had some info from
PW
Insider?
No, it was on Wrestling Inc. They
Wrestling
linked
Inc.
to a separate source, I believe. Let me pull it up real quick so we can source everything correctly, like the proper wrestling journalists we are.
So Wrestling Inc. has something about Seth Rollins and AJ Styles.
Yeah.
Ooh, AJ has a hernia. Ouch.
Yeah. So AJ has a hernia, and Seth, he is apparently nursing a bad back, but apparently they don't consider it serious.
Well, that's
enough
good
for him to obviously have to have surgery or anything. So apparently rest will be enough to mend him. If AJ has a hernia, odds are at a certain point he's going to need surgery for that.
Ugh.
So I don't know if they're going to try to see if he can hold up till Mania or after the Rumble. Maybe have him, depending on the nature of the hernia, if it's a sports hernia versus the one where your guts go into your.
Oh God! Stop talking about it.
Or you can have one up here.
Yeah.
So
I remember there was
inguinal. I think that's the one where it affects the front area.
Isn't there one form of hernia that's spurred by extreme alcoholism?
That might be the
hiatal hernia.
Hiatal, yeah. Your abdominal wall, yeah.
I remember I was watching some MTV show. This is like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, about True Life. Maybe it's True Life. I'm an alcoholic or something like that.
Yeah.
And there was a frat guy who just would drink, and like it was so bad that he got a hiatal hernia from it.
Yeah.
And just the idea of it, just like I was like, I don't even know what that is, but it sounds horrifying.
Well, it's a tear in your muscle wall, and then. Like I would guess in this case, like your tummy, your stomach would start to.
Yeah. Let's talk about math. So a lot of people pointed out at the tail end of yesterday's show.
Oh, we forgot how we did the rankings before the first time, and
we forgot to average the being good category.
But then we corrected.
We corrected it for
post show.
For post show, and we found the craziest thing. Most of the wrestlers that we love fall into around a 7.5 to maybe borderline 8 ranking using our superior math. Our it's the
system.
Definitive algorithm.
Yeah, it seems like it works pretty well.
There's one wrestler, however.
No, there's two. Two wrestlers exist above that.
Well, two exist above it, but one is kind of far and away.
The other one wasn't that far behind.
It wasn't that far behind, but from an 8.5 to a 9, that's a pretty big leap. John Cena apparently is the best wrestler of all time. Mm-hmm. He scored a 9 using our math.
Yeah.
And like Stone Cold, Rock, they all got like 7.5.
7.5 and 7.8. Macho Man's about an 8.8.
Macho Man got an 8.8. It was, but you can't argue with math. Here's the thing about math, people. It's
a
factual.
Universal language.
It really is. We might have to do like a standalone video just on that algorithm, the definitive algorithm.
Yeah, I think so.
The definitive wrestling algorithm.
So what we determined Hogan is like a 7?
Yeah, it's about 7. Everybody's like a 7. I think Undertaker did pretty well.
Yeah, Undertaker did pretty well.
Undertaker got like an 8, I think. Where's Taker?
This is like the scrawlings of a madman over here. It's just a bunch of numbers.
Maybe I'll let people. This is on like a letter that I think. Oh yeah, Eric and Justine Reed sent
with the Okada dollars.
The Okada dollars, yeah. Anyways, let's hop right into the show.
Yeah, show kicked off with Stephanie in the ring. She was about to introduce Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch interrupted her own introduction.
Yeah,
made her way down the ring. Becky got in her face. Stephanie got in her face about her knee injury.
Mm-hmm.
Said you gotta get yourself checked out.
Mm-hmm.
You know we don't want you hurt going into the biggest match of WrestleMania. This hugely historically important match. It's going to be incredible. The match that Becky will undoubtedly launch you to superstar, but she didn't say that, but that was the implication. And Becky's like, no. And Steph says, okay, well, we're not going to let you compete unless you're cleared by WWE's doctors. And Becky says, oh, I see what's going on here.
Yeah.
I see what's going on here. Kind of hearkening back to the Nia Jax incident where she had her main event slot at Survivor Series taken away from her because she got punched in the face by Nia Jax and was concussed and had a broken nose.
Yeah.
And she says, no, I'm not going to go to the doctor because I don't want to risk there's something being seriously wrong and me losing out on my WrestleMania spot. And Stephanie says, no, you have to go to the doctor, please. I implore you. And if you don't, I'm going to suspend you until you do.
Yeah, and then Becky starts saying, you better not, because I won't be held responsible. I'm not going to be responsible for my actions if you suspend me. I'm not going to be held responsible for that. And Stephanie's like, Becky, go to the doctor. She says, nope. And then she says, fine, you're suspended. And then Becky Lynch clocks her.
Puts her in disarmor, but her knee gives out.
Mm-hmm. And the officials come in.
But then she goes backward towards Stephanie, who's in the corner at this point, start trying to punch her, and Stephanie kicks her in the knee.
Yeah. Ooh. Oh. I really like this. I really like this performance from Becky Lynch. I thought, her being sort of, yeah, okay, Steph, you're cool until you're not cool bit. She wasn't like just immediately anti-authoritarian or whatever. And then when Stephanie said, I can't help but notice your knee brace, Becky Lynch just said, I'm fine. Mm-hmm. That was good. That just reminded me, actually. I had a dream last night.
Oh, yeah?
I had a prognostication of the WrestleMania main event, Ronda Rousey. I literally dreamt this last night. I just remembered this. I dreamt the main event, Becky Lynch versus Ronda Rousey. Except it was a baseball match, a one-on-one baseball match.
So you mean it's like batting practice, essentially?
Yeah. It was basically Becky Lynch hit a home run. Ronda Rousey ran back to get not a home run because it didn't go outside of
over the fence. Yes.
Yeah, but Ronda Rousey, she hit it pretty deep.
Yeah.
Ronda Rousey ran to get it and was very close to running back by the time Becky Lynch rounded the bases. Very impressive feat. But Becky Lynch won, so there you go. That's my prediction for WrestleMania.
You can't
Some
deviate
sort of
from
baseball
it now.
match. Yeah. But no, I thought this was a very effective opener. It did give me sort of shades of Stone Cold-ish.
Yeah, and I think that was the goal of it was to get Becky involved in some sort of McMahon storyline to give her that rub. To get
Stephanie
some heat.
wants really badly to be Vince McMahon.
I know.
That's what she wants.
I know. I know. After that, we had a shot of Becky being escorted by refs and Adam Pearce backstage. She runs into Ronda Rousey, and then Ronda Rousey lays into her for being unprofessional.
Boy, Ronda is annoying. Her heel turn is just annoying office person.
Pretty much.
I'm professional. Why didn't you show up on time today? I saw you in the break room 15 minutes after your scheduled break.
I know you were the one who was microwaving fish at lunchtime, smelling up the whole office. It wasn't just fish. It was fish and broccoli, too.
You didn't bring anything to the potluck, yet I saw you eating mac and cheese. That's Cynthia's.
You didn't even eat my 7-layer dip. Was there something wrong with it? Did it not look good to you?
Are you potlucks, yay or nay for you? We don't do them here because it's just you and me.
Yeah, if it's a small gathering, I'm cool with it.
Did Machinima ever have potlucks while you were in the office?
Not when I was there. No, not when I was there. I don't know if that happened at some other point after I moved back here.
You gotta ask Kale or one of those dudes if they ever did it after you left.
Yeah,
after you left.
But like a large workplace thing, no. Too many opportunities for things to get sneezed in.
I went into it because I've been experienced. I've had I've worked in
office jobs, like real office jobs,
corporate office jobs, bank office jobs, and I would always go into it very cautiously, very cautiously.
That's a good attitude.
I've never been a big fan of eating anybody else's cooked food if the person is not properly vetted.
Yeah,
like it's basically my mom and myself, and that's kind of it. But you'd go into it and all this weird food, and then you'd see something that's like, oh wow, look at that. That could be good. All right, it looks kind of like something my mom might have made.
See, for me, it's less about the quality of the food because my expectations for potluck food are pretty low.
Sure, yeah, it should be.
But it's more like, okay, everybody's got their, get their serving. So what are the chances they stuck their fingers in it?
Yeah, did John just come from the bathroom? Did he wash his
exactly.
hands?
Breathe hard on it, sneeze on it, any of that stuff. Like I just look at each of those dishes of food and think, there is all sorts of life all over that I don't want to ingest.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that one, man. I'm with you on that one.
So, like, if we have a gathering at our house and people bring stuff, that's fine.
Yeah, right.
You know, but an office thing. Mm-mm.
Yeah, like we do breakfast, like Christmas break. Like my mother-in-law will bring in. She's a super cook. Like we do her for we do her house for Thanksgiving, and oh my God, she's fantastic. But man, just a bunch of yokels. I don't know.
Hold on, Marcus Harrison here says I'm literally eating fish and broccoli at work now.
Man,
yes.
Not only are you that guy who's putting that in the microwave, you're also going to broccoli. You're going to be farting up your cubicle, Marcus. Like, what are you doing,
3
man?
weeks ago, my wife made some broccoli and cauliflower soup.
Yeah.
And I brought it into work, and I put it in the microwave and started cooking. And I was like, oh, wow, this is not just broccoli. This is broccoli and cauliflower.
There are some aspects.
Because when we cooked it the night before, or when she did, it didn't smell at all.
Yeah.
And I opened the jar and put it in the microwave. I'm like, oh, gosh.
Yeah.
This is going to smell up the whole office.
There's some aspects of you and I just being, like, there's no third person here. Well, I mean, Hilton comes sometimes. But, like, it just reminds me of living with you way back in college, you know? It's like, oh, that's gross, but whatever. He's my roommate. Liv Morgan versus Ronda Rousey was next after Ronda Rousey. What did she say? She said aspirin and ice, B word.
Oh, is that what she said?
I couldn't really make it out, but I thought she said aspirin and ice.
Yeah.
Meaning that'll help your knee.
Yeah.
And then she said, bitch.
Yeah, but there's actually like real structural damage to that knee. Aspirin and ice ain't going to do a whole heck of a lot.
They're tough, man.
I appreciate that.
Those are tough gals right there.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it was weird. And like Ronda, she'll start out intense, and it's like she's being mean. Mm-hmm. But by the end of it, it looks like she's on the verge of tears sometimes. I know. Yeah. It's like she just gets so revved up.
That's her style.
That it's just completely, I don't know what it is. It's like she just gets so angry.
I think I kind of like this next bit, though.
Who's that?
Why don't you continue?
All right, very well. Next bit was Liv Morgan versus Ronda Rousey. Liv Morgan versus Ronda Rousey. Pretty short match. Because Liv Morgan tapped out to an armbar pretty much right away. Try as she might to mount some offense.
I actually like this bit with Ronda Rousey, like full on just, kind of heel Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
Oh, you're booing me? Who wants some? You want some?
Yeah, that was weird. She's like, everybody out here is booing me, and you're looking at me, Sarah Logan. Why don't you get in the ring?
Oh, I like that. Oh, that was scary. That's terrifying. If I'm sitting front row at that point, I'm like, I'm not giving her eye contact because she might call my flabby ass out.
Yeah.
That's scary. I like that. She's like, you guys are booing me. Who's looking at me? Who wants some? I'll tap all you guys out.
It's like she's like
Sarah Logan, get in here.
Paranoid now. You guys don't like me anymore? Who's staring at me? Who's looking at me? Who wants to fight?
No, I kind of like the idea that, the crowd is firmly behind Becky, so they got to pivot Ronda.
Oh, yeah, to a degree. And it kind of fits in the storyline of her wanting to go in there, wanting to gain everybody's respect, be liked.
Yeah.
And then finding out that, no, she's swimming with sharks right now, and so she needs to learn how to be a shark herself.
Yeah. No, I like that. It's like, dude, you know what? I can beat anybody up. I'm tired of being nice. So I thought that was actually kind of effective. It was kind of scary.
Sarah Logan versus Ronda Rousey was next. Sarah Logan got in the ring, pretty much instantly taps to the armbar.
Mm-hmm.
Ruby Riott gets on the apron, acts like she might get in the ring, and then she thinks better of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
After that, there was an interview with her backstage, and she was asked, why didn't you get in the ring? And she said, oh, I didn't not get in the ring. I'm just waiting until another time when I will beat her and be Raw Women's Champion.
You know what I really wish would have happened at this point? Because this interview took place at Gorilla.
Yeah.
I really wish Ronda would have come through the curtains and went, ah!
I know.
Ran away.
I know.
She's like, get over here. She's like Freddy Krueger now of the women's division.
Yeah.
What are you doing? So, yeah. That'd been cool. Didn't happen.
Didn't happen, though, no. Next, we have a Fatal 4-Way tag team match to determine new number one contenders for Raw tag team titles. Heavy Machinery versus Lucha House Party versus B-Team versus the Revival.
Is this how they're doing away with the brand split? Like all the call-ups now are going to be above brand?
I don't know.
I mean, I know they keep on saying, oh, no,
they haven't declared which brand they're going. But, yeah, I know.
It means creative has nothing for anybody except for possibly EC3.
Yeah. So before the match, Heavy Machinery had a promo talking about stakes and weights.
Yeah, man.
We'll go to commercial. We come back, and there's a backstage interview with Sasha and Bailey.
Mm-hmm. Sasha was about to put Charlie Caruso in that bank statement. Man,
Charlie had a different edge to her last night.
She was a bit pushy.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit. I could see that. Yeah.
Highlighting what things haven't gone right for talents rather than just asking questions
Failure.
about what's ahead. Yeah.
Curt, aren't you going to answer my question? Change it.
Yeah, it was interesting. It was different tact.
Yeah.
Anyways, the interview was interrupted by Alicia Fox and Nikki Cross.
Ooh, nobody wanted to play with Nikki, but Alicia Fox does.
Yeah.
Alicia Fox.
Then the match happened, and it was all right. Revival won, so that was cool.
Yeah, that was cool. So wait, this is for a tag title shot?
Yeah.
That's cool. They're going to get those titles.
Maybe. They should let Revival and Rude and Gable go 40 minutes on an episode of Raw.
I agree. Oh, I agree totally. They should let them do that. Yeah, it should be on Raw, not on pay-per-view. They'll never let them do it on pay-per-view.
No, but on Raw they can get away with it.
No, I agree. Did they say when that match was going to happen?
No. They said future.
Okay. I think this is a good step. Look, this is a good step for the tag division here. If they're looking, if we're on Revival Watch 2020, it's a good, solid, fatal 4-way match. No wonkiness. It was actually a pretty solid match in terms of people tagging in, tagging out, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's fast paced. Yeah.
So that was good.
Revival goes over. Dash Wilder pins Bo Dallas after a shatter machine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good stuff. And they're booking Heavy Machinery strong, so they got hopes for them.
People are popping for them. They pop when he does that worm thing.
Yeah.
And that's good. That's good. I want them to land somewhere.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's hard to get behind a team when you don't know where they're going to be full time.
Yeah. I like this next bit a lot, actually. Curt Hawkins and Zack Ryder. Man, I don't know.
Curt Hawkins is really good.
He's really good. I've been saying this forever. He's really good.
Zack Ryder the misspelling of his name was funny, too.
Yeah, did you see what they did? Z-A-C-K-H.
I mean, Z-A-C-H. I'm so upset about it.
Sometimes it makes it worse when you improv.
I know.
Pointing out the mistake that you just made.
Yeah, I know.
But I thought he was fine. I thought, dude, I think these guys are going to be good. I really do. I think that they probably have something maybe in mind for this tag team to win in the kickoff at Mania, maybe something like that. Maybe his first win will be for the tag titles. I don't know.
It seems to be the direction they're going.
I think if they allow these guys to focus on just solid tag team wrestling, I think that could be a lot of fun. I love that Zack Ryder brought up, obviously their history. He says, when I got signed, you got signed. The Major Brothers, the Edgeheads.
Yeah.
I really like this. And Curt Hawkins, he says, dude, you weren't out there. I'm toxic, And Zack Ryder said, well, I'm a loser too. They spelled my name wrong.
Well, then Zack said, I think I'm going to get down about one loss. And Curt Hawkins says, one loss? I've lost 250 matches in a row.
Yeah. I thought it was really good. I really like Curt Hawkins.
Oh, he's great. Next, we had a Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle was walking around backstage, shaking some hands. He was about to address his future in the WWE.
Yeah,
that happened next.
No way Jose shook his hand and then looked at him like he didn't know who he was. Oh man, you're gonna be my conga line, man. I like to step on dogs, man.
Forgot about that one.
Because he went away. No way Jose went away for the longest time.
Yeah.
And so my joke.
He went to main event.
This show Steve doesn't watch. And so my joke about him stepping on dogs, went away too.
Yeah. So Kurt Angle comes to the ring. He drops a promo. He addresses WWE future. Seems to indicate that he's had some good times. He's beaten a lot of people, but the one opponent he can never beat is Father Time.
We should find that out on Steve and Larson Book Raw.
Oh, we should do Kurt Angle versus Father Time at
Obviously,
Mania.
Yes.
Or a retirement match for Kurt Angle.
Exactly.
So just as it seemed like he was about to announce his retirement, he's interrupted by Baron Corbin.
We called this.
Oh, totally. It was the most transparent, obvious thing they were going to do.
It was obvious as day.
It was the most obvious thing.
Hey, you had a heck of a career, but you're not me, and you're not good
Because
anymore.
me, you lost general manager job, and now you're going to lose other job. You came back to be GM, but you won Wrestle, too.
But you're not that thing. And then Kurt Angle said, get in here, I'll break your ankle. And then
Drew McIntyre
hits
the ramp.
I humiliated you, Kurt Angle.
Kind of did.
It was all your idea backstage. Oh no, that was a shoot.
Yeah. So then Drew and Baron make their way down the ring. Braun comes down, makes the save.
Braun was super face last night.
Oh yeah.
He's already into face big show territory,
Yeah,
man.
he is.
Come on, Curt, let's go get these hands. Oh, it's true.
Who's his celebrity tag partner gonna be at Mania?
Oh, Shaq Daddy.
Oh, that'd be great.
Shaq Daddy. Braun, you're Shaqtin'.
That'd be great.
Come get these Shaqs. Anyways, next was Sasha and Bayley versus Alicia Firks and Nikki Cross.
So Alicia and Nikki attacked Bayley on the ramp and Sasha backstage.
They broke out.
Yeah, they broke out. They hit the X button on the ramp and proceeded to destroy him on the ramp through Bayley and the LED board. Go to commercial. We come back, and it's pretty much a handicap match.
Yes.
Bayley's handling the load for Team Sasha for the Boston Hug Connection. Well, let's call them Team Bayley and Sasha, but they have a name. While Sasha's trying to like get herself up on the apron in her team's corner. Bayley stays in it well enough so there's a spot on the outside where Sasha pulls Bayley away from the ring post that she's about to get clobbered against it. Back in the ring, Bayley rolls up Alicia Fox for the win.
Yeah.
They advance to Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
Of course, we had heard that Sasha herself was dealing with some injury of some sort, so maybe they just kind of rode her out of the match. So
heal up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. So we've got how many? There's going to be 6 teams in the Elimination Chamber?
So we have all 3 from Raw declared, and then the Iconics.
And Absolution.
They haven't declared yet, have they?
They did.
They did? Okay, that's right.
Pretty
so
sure it was
5.
on YouTube.
All right, so that's 5. So there's one more spot open. Hopefully it's Kairi Sane and Io Shirai.
Oh, man.
That's what it should be.
Is there any other possibilities over there on SmackDown?
I mean, they could put some team together on SmackDown, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Would any of them make sense?
Like Asuka and Naomi would, but since they've teamed before, however, Asuka's
right,
the champ
Asuka's
over there.
champion, so
I'm
that
guessing that's not going to
probably
happen.
doesn't make any sense. Just want to make sure I wasn't imagining that Absolution thing.
All right, check it. I'll double check here. Next, we had an Apollo.
Oh, cool. Sonny Deville's going to be on Up, Up, Down, Down.
Yeah.
Nice.
Apollo Crews did an interview. He was interrupted by Drake Maverick and Razor.
Oh, my God. Look at that Sonny Deville action figure.
Oh, wow. That is so good.
That's like oh, my God. That
is incredible.
It's like some Black Mirror shit. It looks like lifelike.
There was some trash talk.
Yes. Right there.
All right. Razor was about to step up to Apollo Crews. Drake Maverick said, whoa, not now.
And Apollo Crews says, do you let your puppet talk? How does that work?
Or do you have your hand up his...
He was going to say asshole.
Yeah. And then Razor took offense.
Yeah, well, yeah, man. Blood play's not for everybody, man.
Well, some people here in chat are saying Naomi and Carmella are going to be the 6th team.
Okay, that's cool. That works. I'd rather have Io Shirai and Kairi Sane.
Same.
But, you know, I'd rather have Io Shirai in a singles program with Shayna Baszler.
Yeah.
And then win the title. Mm-hmm. And then be in a program with Ciampa, win that title.
Yes.
And then she gets into a program with the North American title holder and wins that title.
Johnny Gargano.
It's Johnny Gargano.
Yeah.
Moving on, Road Dogg.
Oh, you didn't know?
Your ass better call somebody.
Dun, 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 dun.
D-Generation X presents me. That's what he said.
One half of the tag team. He's not tag team champions of the world. He's a 5-time tag team champion of the world.
Something like that.
I think that's what it was. He goes, the Road Dogg, Jesse James. There's more to that.
He was pretty definitive when he said it, though.
No, I know, but he
the
did
Road Dogg, Jesse James.
He did kind of trail off there. He had to elongate the last syllable to fill in some of the dead air because he's not saying the badass Billy Gunn, the New Age Outlaws. But there's more to it.
I know.
And then he introduces Double J, Jeff Jarrett, A.He Great.
And I called it. He was wearing his WCW gear. Basically.
More or less, yeah.
The trunks didn't have the
but then
arrows.
He had generic WWE shirt. Did they veto Slapnut shirt?
They vetoed Slapnuts. That's a bummer.
That's a shame.
It's such an innocent phrase.
They'll let him say it, but...
Hey, Slapnuts. I am a huge mark for Double J these days.
Yeah, I can tell.
How did that turn around? Oh, boy. I have to recant.
Nostalgia is a hell of a drug.
No, you know what it is? It's a redemption story. I'm so happy for the guy. You know, you fall into a pit like the pit he fell into, and then you come out of it the other side healthy and better.
Yeah.
Then absolutely, man.
No, I hear you there. So they talk a bit. They start singing their song. They sang, last week, 2 weeks ago. Elias interrupts. He talks trash about Portland.
Yeah.
Talks trash about them.
He says, Road Dogg, why are you out here? Shouldn't you be out there?
Tanking SmackDown's ratings, too. Why do you got to do that to Raw?
Ouch.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
So we have a match, Double J, Jeff Jarrett, Ain't Great versus Elias.
So would you have rather seen this match here on Raw or, as you speculated prior, at Mania?
It still could happen at Mania.
I think this feud is basically going to wrap up in the next couple of weeks.
I don't know, man. I don't know, because Elias won with the drift away, and then Road Dogg gets in there and starts beating up on Elias. At first, it looks like he's going to continue his beatdown as Elias gets up. Instead, he's like, hold on. Crotch chop, suck it.
Yeah.
Jarrett comes from behind, hits Elias with the guitar. Guitar didn't break, though.
It did not. It barely budged.
Yeah.
But he's blasting him with it. I did appreciate during the match as Elias had the upper hand. He did the crotch chop to Road Dogg, and he did did he do the Fargo strut?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, that was all good stuff. Who'd have thought that'd be vastly entertained by a Jeff Jarrett feud?
Yeah, no.
In 2019.
I don't know, man. It's pretty surprising. Next, we had Natalya backstage. In walks Dana Brooke. Dana Brooke at first is apologetic about what happened during their tag match a week or two ago. And then she starts getting mad because Natalya's not paying attention to her. In the end, she challenges her to match. Dana Brooke leaves. And Natalya pulls out her little earbuds. She's just listening to music or a podcast really loud. What podcast was she listening to?
538 Politics. This is the thing that bums me out. I can't stand, and WWE does this on a regular basis. They take a comedy of error trope that flew in the 50s.
Yeah.
And really never worked after that.
No.
And they use it in current day.
Well, here's the thing.
I can't stand this stuff.
This is fresh, Steve, because they didn't have wireless earbud technology in the 1950s.
Dude, Natalya must be making a ton of money to afford those.
Don't they come with
No, they don't come with anything.
They don't come with new iPhones?
I think it's like because Corey Graves mentioned it too. I've heard this reference 2 times. The idea that if you have earbuds or AirPods, that you're hugely rich. The first time is when I was driving my derper teenage stepkids and their friend Sydney to cheer practice, and we're driving by and there's this lady who looked as pedestrian as possible walking on the street, but she had AirPods. And Sydney says, "Whoa, big balla! She can afford those AirPods." And everybody started laughing. I was like, I don't get the joke, because apparently they're expensive. And then Corey Graves last night said the same thing about Natalya.
They're $160,
right?
Which is expensive for earbuds.
Ridiculous for earbuds.
They're cheaper than Beats.
Because you're going to lose those things.
They're cheaper than Beats headphones.
Oh, it's a reference to a recent meme. Okay.
All right.
According to Adam Darwin there.
Okay.
So I'm sort of in and out of meme culture here, man. I hear stuff from my kids, then I try to be cool and emulate it.
Whoops.
Anyways.
See? Memes.
Yeah.
After that, we had a Finn Balor interview. Charlie asked him if he was pretty much in good enough shape to take on Bob Lashley.
He's like, man, why didn't I get the night off? Everybody else, Sasha got to take the match off.
Well, for Finn,
sadly, he's not even here.
Finn's got kayfabe injuries, man. He says his elbow hurts from the Kimura, but that's kayfabe. His ribs hurt from Bobby Lashley's attack last week. Kayfabe.
Boy, he sold it so well, though.
Yeah, man, he's a pro.
Because when he was hurting, Steve was hurting.
Yeah.
So he had Finn versus Bobby Lashley, and oh my God, talk about big money balla. Leo Rush's tights.
Oh, those are spectacular.
Were amazing.
Yeah, man.
Those look like $1 million.
Yeah, they did.
Holy moly, he's got that Monopoly money. Wow. Anyways.
But it wasn't Finn versus Bobby Lashley, because
No.
Leo Rush and Bobby Lashley come out for a promo, and they say, "No, Finn, you're going to take on Leo Rush instead."
Yeah. Boy, there's a dream match waiting to happen.
Oh, yeah.
But of course,
bell, yeah.
there was more of a story to this match because it wasn't like Leo doing his crazy high flying stuff and
No.
Finn being able to match it. It was Leo taking advantage of Finn Balor's rib tape.
And also Bob Lashley's interference.
Boy, that really was kind of they didn't give Finn Balor DDP rib tape.
No, he had like the rock tape on
Yeah,
one
the
side
rock
of his
tape
ribs,
on
yeah.
one side. Yeah, that was a bummer. But it was a really good. It was a really fun match, or not a fun match. It was just a hard to watch match, just because Finn was selling those ribs so well. You know, every time Leo would breathe on him, he'd go, "Ooh,
Yeah.
my ribs."
Yeah. Did you mention that Lashley attacked Finn before the bell ring?
No, but that's good
He
to
did.
note.
Towards the end, Lashley pulls. Actually, not even towards the end. About halfway through, Lashley pulls Finn out of the ring. Referee Jack Daddy sees it. He could have easily disqualified Lio Rush, gave the victory to Finn Balor, but instead he tossed Bob Lashley from the ringside area. Said, "Get out of here."
Get out of here with that,
and
Bob
the finish
Lashley.
saw Finn evade a final hour, hits his drop kick, coup de grace for the win.
He's got to be careful with that coup de grace on little Lio Rush. He sort of hit it more on towards his arm.
He more or less slid off of him.
Yeah, because Leo's small. After that, we had Paige. Paige returned.
Yeah.
But as we predicted, it was just to
introduce her,
promote her movie.
Trailer.
Yeah. You going to go watch that movie?
Maybe eventually.
It's probably going to be pretty silly. We should watch it and do a review on it, to be honest with you. It seems really silly.
When does it come out? The 22nd?
A couple weeks. That's what Paige said. I don't know much more.
22nd is about a couple weeks. Yeah, we'll see.
Did anybody, when they did the free screening, there wouldn't have been that's not like a press thing. That was a fan thing.
Yeah, maybe. There might have been, so you would know if
I
there
don't think there would have been an
embargo.
embargo.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, maybe they had people sign NDAs. How are they going to
enforce that?
enforce
I know.
that, though?
Next, we had a moment of bliss with Alexa Bliss. Her guest was EC3. Why don't they let this guy talk?
So that's the gimmick, obviously.
Yeah, I know, but he's such a good talker.
But it's a really annoying gimmick.
It really is, because he's a good talker.
Yeah.
He's going to get over with his talking. It's not going to be his in-ring work. It's going to be his talking.
I know.
So let him talk.
It was. I thought for sure that when they set up Nia. So Nia comes out, she interrupts EC3's first words, and then Dean comes out and he tells Nia Jax, I know you got the hots for me, but lay off, leave me alone, please.
And then he turns his attention to EC3 and says, "Who's this?"
Yeah,
it's like that scene from Boogie Nights where Dirk comes in when Johnny Wadd's sitting there. Who's this?
Who's this with you?
No, but he doesn't look at him. That's the thing. Who's this?
Who's this?
And then it says, "Oh,
you're Dirk Diggler."
He says EC3 is a Creed fan. He looks like a Creed fan.
That's rude.
It is rude. He asked where EC3, EC1 and 2 are.
Yeah.
And every time EC3 is about to respond, Dean will pull the mic away from him.
So irritating.
And then he says, "Well, get down the ring. You're new here. All I see you doing backstage is preening in front of a mirror.
Like a mute.
Let's go and fight."
Yeah.
And so EC3 just gets up and walks to the ring. They have a match.
Well, he clocked Dean first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of annoying. Are they going to do this again at Mania? Is this going to be the Mania match?
Maybe.
Are you surprised that Dean Ambrose came out in the first place? I kind of was. I thought he was done.
I wasn't sure because April is still 2 months away.
Mm-hmm. I did appreciate, though.
I do like that apparently they're just going to use him to put EC3 over.
Yeah,
so that's
me
good.
too. I think that's good.
That's cool. I'm cool with that.
Jonathan Good is a professional.
Totally.
And who knows? Maybe we'll actually. What's gonna be funny? Now that he's a lame duck, he's probably gonna be all sorts of interesting. He's gonna be okay. Well, you're gone, but you were good for the 2 months that you were leaving.
I know.
That's gonna be the bummer. I did appreciate when he told Nia Jax that she has a crush on him. Renee Young just says, "Oh." That was the only thing she said during that segment.
That's pretty funny, I know.
That was pretty funny.
So the match happened. It was pretty quick. EC3 won with a jackknife cover. Definitely enough to keep this feud going.
Yeah, he stole the win, and yeah, like you said. But Mania is like a couple months away.
Yeah, I know.
So I don't know.
Next, we had another Kurt Angle interview. I don't remember what he said at all in this one.
Like, the thing that's annoying about EC3 is I can just see in the writer's room, hey, what's EC3's strength? He talks really good. Okay. How about we
do what he does best?
Yeah.
Because they think it's funny.
Probably.
It's so annoying.
Yeah, Kurt Angle interview. Charlie was interviewing him, said, you failed a lot. What's your deal with that? And Kurt Angle just didn't say anything.
Oh, yeah, he walked off.
And she said, aren't you going to... No, he talked. He said, because this is the Braun bit, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Sorry.
She said, I thought he was going to walk off too, but she said, so what, aren't you going to answer your failure? And he's like, look, I brought my ring gear tonight because I had a suspicion that even though I didn't plan on using it, I might have to. And sure enough, and then Braun Strowman steps up and he's like, I got myself a partner. And then he's like, we're going to shut them up and show my hands to them. And that's true. And
Hands they'll get.
Kurt Angle says, damn true. And then Braun goes, ha! And then they walk off together.
Yeah.
And it was actually fairly charming, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
I'm sort of talking crap right now, but I thought it was great.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't bad at all.
It was pretty good. After that, we had another one of these Mojo Rawley
Mirror promos.
He's going batshit crazy,
Yeah,
man.
he
is going, woo!
He's kind of losing his mind.
Crazy Loco Mojo. He was saying, in football, in WWE, in college, you're all about being part of the team. But what's that got you as an individual? He started laughing a lot.
Yeah, now he's going to focus on number one.
Yeah.
That being Mojo.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know either. He's going to be in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. That's what I know.
Maybe he'll be Gronk's first feud should he sign with WWE.
There you go.
Then finally, our main event, Drew and Baron taking on Braun and Curt. This is a weird finish because Curt and Drew, I believe, are the legal men. Braun gets in the ring
Felt like it should have been the dark match.
Yeah, I know.
Go ahead.
Because Kurt's like imperiled, and then Drew's like, no, don't come in here, Baron, whoever it was. Don't come in here. Oh, it's Baron, sorry. You're not legal. If you hit me, you're going to be DQ'd. And the ref is like, yeah, I'll DQ you if you hit Baron. And Braun just shrugs, hits him, and the ref DQs him.
Yeah.
How many times in tag matches have we seen people from...
It's literally a convention of tag matches. That's what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was very silly. They
was
really
weird.
need to consult their rule book on a more often
Well,
basis.
you've seen the rule book as a sketch pad. Someone to sketch in a new rule in there, and then it's canon.
And then boom.
So then everybody's fighting. Drew hits Braun with the Claymore after Braun was laying people out with shoulder tackles. Baron and Drew throw Curt into the ring steps. They put the ring steps in the ring like they're going to do something to Curt in there. Double chokeslam him. Instead, Braun comes in, chokeslams Drew, and then chokeslams Baron onto the ring steps. He and Curt finish the show posing in the middle of the ring.
Yeah. Like I said, kind of felt like a dark match.
Well, so I said I felt like I should have kicked off the third hour.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thus concluded Raw. Let's do a Smackdown preview, Steve.
right,
I don't have the notes here, but I have it up on my thing. This is straight from WWE.com, of course.
I'm gonna click on preview
First
myself.
entry, Mustafa Ali and Randall Orton collide with Elimination Chamber match inside. That should be a good match. Mustafa Ali has quickly become SmackDown Live's newest sensation, but will face perhaps his toughest challenge yet when he squares off against Randall Orton tonight on SmackDown Live. Odds Joe gets involved in this match, 100%, right?
Yeah, like 300%.
With Ali and Orton slotted for the WWE Championship Elimination Chamber match on February 17th, each superstar will look to take the other down a peg in hopes of putting themselves in prime position to leave with the WWE title in roughly 2 weeks' time. Can Ali pick up another major victory, or will the Viper strike him down prior to the monumental championship showdown?
Next, can Nakamura and Rusev coexist against the Good Brothers? After weeks of intense rivalry, Shinsuke Nakamura and Rusev found themselves on the same page last week after both fell short in United States Championship matches against R-Truth, and the Good Brothers weren't good with it. Hold on a second.
What?
They reference Gallows and Anderson twice as the Good Brothers,
Yeah.
and not at all as the club. Did they stop doing the club a long time ago?
Oh, yeah, they stopped referring to them as club. That's just me referring to them as a club, but they stopped referring to them as a club a long time ago. It's just been Gallows and Anderson.
Okay. Is their new official moniker the Good Brothers?
Maybe.
Interesting. Nakamura and Rusev laid out R-Truth with a brutal assault after being incredibly frustrated. They both suffered roll-up losses to Truth with the United States title on the line. After the fact, both the King of Strong Style and the Bulgarian Brute were confronted by Carl Anderson, Machine Gun, and Luke Gallows, who were not happy with
Doc Gallows.
and Doc Gallows, who were not happy with their treatment of Truth.
Bullet Club.
Carl Anderson, and challenged them to a match. Both Nakamura and Rusev agreed, but then the super athlete told Nakamura in no uncertain terms that he shouldn't think about betraying him. Can Nakamura and Rusev coexist long enough to overcome one of the most experienced teams on all of SmackDown Live? Find out tonight. Yeah, Nakamura and Rusev are totally going to win. What a jip that is. That's crap.
Yeah, it's crap. Jeff Hardy looks to gain pivotal Elimination Chamber momentum against the new Daniel Bryan. New Daniel Bryan. The new Daniel Bryan will defend his WWE Championship inside the Elimination Chamber against 5 of SmackDown Live's top superstars at the titular event on February 17th. That's
You
the word.
said tit.
That's the word you don't see enough.
Titular.
Yeah. But one of those opponents, Jeff Hardy, will look to get a jump on building some momentum when he faces off with Brian tonight on SmackDown Live.
Vive.
After the chaotic scene last week on SmackDown Live that saw Brian debut a new eco-friendly WWE Championship and WWE COO Triple H announced the Elimination Chamber match, but not before Brian disrespected all of his now opponents in the bout. Hardy will surely be aiming to silence Brian in this non-title singles match on the blue brand. This whole last paragraph seems superfluous. Can the charismatic enigma...
Well, what you just read was one entire sentence. That
Yeah.
was the most run-on sentence ever.
Separate from the pack as the major title match inside the dreaded structure approaches. Find out on SmackDown Live tonight, 8/7 Central.
Ocho.
Yeah.
Siete Centrale. And Univision. All right. Let's read some questions.
Yes.
I'm sure we have a bunch of super chats there.
We do have some, yes.
I will get on the Patreon
Sounds good.
and see what people say there. Here we go.
Here, go ahead. I gotta get in here real quick.
Get it. Alex Foster. What wrestler in character would be great to have as Siri? So instead of Siri, you can use any voice on the roster. Who would you want?
Road Dogg.
That's actually a good one. Hey, Siri, tell me who won the Spanish-American War.
Oh, you didn't know? And you give them the answer. Tim Sprulock. My older brother Richard's first live stream. Welcome, Richard.
Richard!
Oh, here.
No, don't do
No,
it.
you don't want
Don't do
the horn, the party horn. Don't talk, just listen. Never has been sold on EC3 since the beginning of his TNA run, and last night did not help. He's subpar in the ring, and his character is very 90s, early 2000s. He's a good talker, though.
No, he's a great talker. I think he's fantastic. Dunce Cat. Who? Dunce Cat. That's funny. Who out of all the competitors in the halftime heat match will be the most successful on the main roster? There is no guarantee those guys are ever going to main roster.
Yeah,
they seem firmly entrenched in NXT for life.
DG photo video.
Oh, but I'll say
Aleister Black.
Yeah.
Can I get a happy birthday from Bray Wyatt?
Hey, man. DG photo video, man. Happy birthday. We're here with your cake.
Jack Daddy Ref, Rich Hardesty, Elias guitar shot equaled a potato.
Oh, that was a super
That thing
potato.
did not break.
That was a jack potato right there, man. What's your favorite form of potato?
Mine?
That isn't like a fried. Like, how do you like your potato? Are you a fan of the loaded on the jacket potato?
I don't think I've ever had one with ham in it. I've had a baked potato with butter and bacon and stuff, but I don't like sour cream or cheese, any of that kind of stuff, obviously. I'm not a dairy person.
Man, oh man, the best.
Give me some oven roasted potatoes with some onions in there.
Yeah.
You know, because you got to cook them for like an hour and the onions start to caramelize a bit, and that's good.
You're a big fan of caramelized onions.
They're good. They're delicious.
Man, when I lived in England, there was this pub kind of nearby.
You mentioned this a lot.
Called the Hare and the Hound or the Fox and the Hound? Hare and the Hound.
Jacket potatoes, right?
I don't know that they had like freaking. These things were huge.
Yeah.
I don't know if they steroided them out back in the 80s or
I don't know
not.
if that works that way.
I
but
don't know.
anyways, yeah.
I have no idea. These were monster potatoes, and they would just
Was
load
it
them
jacket
up.
or jacked?
Oh, they were
potatoes?
jacked. These were Jack Daddy potatoes.
Jack Daddy potatoes.
Monterey Jack, ham,
The ham's
and
cool.
corn.
Yeah, I can do the corn.
Holy
and some
moly.
butter. No cheese for me, though. Josh Little, what was up with the sexual tension between EC3 and Alexa Bliss?
I think she was just reeling him in then to clown him or something.
Yeah, maybe.
That's what it felt like. Jurgen Johnson & Johnson's. With Seth on track to be the guy this year, do you see Drew falling victim to unfortunate timing and bad booking like Braun did and never get the title like we expected?
Well, now that Dean's leaving, I would have suspected Dean would have been one of Seth's first feuds, but it could just easily be Drew now.
I suspect that Drew McIntyre will always succeed based on the fact that that dude works so hard,
Yeah.
and he's so good in the ring, and I
He's so
really
jacked.
think that Vince is high on him.
Jacked.
So it wouldn't surprise me. He'll He'll be like one of Seth's top feuds.
Yeah, don't talk, just listen. Drake Maverick is the most unconvincing little guy with attitude, but Leo is how many percent is this? 100,000% believable.
Who's what now? Sorry.
Leo is 100,000% believable little guy with attitude, whereas Drake is not.
Oh yeah, I think that's really Leo Rush. I think that's.
Oh yeah.
I think that's just I think Drake Maverick. I don't know what he's really like. Drake Maverick seems like the kind of dude who's probably more the 205 Live general manager than the Authors of Pain guy.
Yeah. Dragon Reborn. So Becky is an infield home run. I think talking about your dream. Inside the park home run. That's the phrase.
I know she killed that ball. I don't think. Yeah.
So let me ask you this: It was pitcher was the lone defensive player out there, right?
Yeah, kind of. I don't know if Ronda was doing the one pitching though.
Okay. Nonetheless, Ronda was the only one capable or on the field to play defense. All right.
Yeah.
So even if she didn't jack it, just hit the right spot, she could still get inside the park home run just because there's only one person that has to run like all the way across the outfield.
The probability of getting an inside the field home run is actually really good.
Yeah, really high.
Yeah.
Joe Juarez, Ronda's exit from MMA was certainly professional.
Yeah. KJ, there's some pedestrian-looking wrestlers such as Sami Zayn and Adam Cole, while also the freakish-looking athletes such as Drew McIntyre. Fast forward 10 years from now, will we see more dad bods in the main roster or jacked studs?
I think we're just going to get a wide variety, and I think that's great. I think we are going to get a wide variety, but I do think that the super athletic-looking guy. Well, no, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that. Because as long as Vince is in charge, especially the main roster, he has always put a premium on huge, jacked guys. I was listening to something to wrestle with at the gym yesterday. They're doing a whole episode on Sid.
Oh, yeah.
And it seemed like every time Sid was in the company, he'd do something to screw up.
That's
or just leave on bad terms. And Vince would always want him back.
Yeah,
because he's huge and jacked.
You look at that guy, and I could see why Vince would just see money all over him.
Yeah.
But then he gets in the ring, and it's like, it's just not there.
No, he wasn't not a good wrestler. He was a decent promo, and that was about it.
Yeah, but even that's not. I'm not sure where the math would fall on Sid, man. Because what's even his legacy? Not great.
No.
I
mean, his legacy is all the screw-ups. Stabbing Arn. Quitting in the middle of a contract, go play softball.
Yeah.
And I've yet to hear a really definitive story about the softball stuff. Even on the Pritchard show, it's like 2.5 hours long on Sid, and they kind of talk around it, like they just don't know the details. But then there's a quote from the newsletter where Meltzer's talking about him wanting to play softball. So it's a thing.
It's definitely
it's really a thing.
Yeah. Wolfpack for life with reports saying that the Hall of Fame is a low priority this year. Do you think we won't get any huge names inducted this year? And if not, who's the biggest name that could go in?
Well, the first rumored name was Heart Foundation. That just came up yesterday.
I would think the headliner would have to be Batista this year.
Mm-hmm.
I would think.
But maybe they're not emphasizing it since it's going up against the G1 Supercard show.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, yeah.
Yeah. Oscar Strange Rodriguez. WB should be worried Becky is the most over star. Like they should be worried that Becky is the most over star? Like that's a reason for concern? I don't get.
Should be worried is the most over star? Yeah, I don't think that's
not a reason to worry.
I don't think they should be worried about that.
No.
I think actually celebrate that.
Heck yes.
Bringing in a demographic that typically isn't into your product.
Exactly. Jeffrey Nguyen, I can relate to Becky. Screw doctors.
Is that Road Warrior animal right there?
Jeffrey says, I can relate to Becky. Screw doctors.
Whoa. Anti-doctors, huh?
Anything else over there?
The Nightcrawler. Have you guys ever watched something about wrestling that completely changed your perception on something? For example, I watched one of What Culture's list recently, which was who was the hardest to work with, and they put Michaels at number 1 over Hulk Hogan. And after research, they were definitely right, and it really soured my overall opinion on Shawn Michaels. Wow. Oh, man. I don't know. I mean,
I hope we're Sid on that list. Apparently, he was not easy to work with.
Apparently, the Pritchard podcast has changed your perception on Sid.
No, they haven't changed it.
It just validated
They
it.
reinforced my perception of Sid, yes.
Oh, man. Yeah, most of the stuff because you hear things and then you hear little things throughout the years, and then all these great podcasts that are out these days, just sort of reinforce, validate, whatever.
Yeah.
Those things that you've heard.
Yeah.
So
you learn, as Conrad says, that the rumors and innuendo that we've been hearing through the years have some, a lot of times have some validity.
I mean, some of the things like, okay, so when you watch, for example, this is dark, the mass transit incident video, it's sort of like, dude, was ECW just a land of scumbags?
Yeah.
To let that happen.
Yeah.
That's just messed up.
It is messed up.
Some stuff kind of changes your,
Yeah. Rich Harsey, that was Tucky's main roster hometown debut too.
Oh, that's cool.
BreakingControllers.com, Otis losing his last name even though his nickname is Dozer because Heavy Machinery. Also still hoping we see a 3-many shirt this year. They said Otis Dozovic last night.
Oh, I did not notice.
Yeah.
I did not notice Otis.
I didn't notice them dropping his last name.
Nemo, what are Leo Rush's chances on Maine if 205 Live were no more? I'd say they'd be pretty good.
He's really good in the ring. He's good on the mic. He'd be fine.
I think he'd be good, man.
I think he'll be fine. Nate Williams for WrestleMania. I love Becky to say on Go Home episode, they call you the baddest bitch on the planet. Well, I'm going to make you my bitch, I guess. Come Sunday, crowd would go off. Kind of feel like they've already kind of done that.
Didn't they do that before Survivor Series?
I feel like they kind of did that already. Don't talk, just listen. Putting EC3 on Raw would be a blessing in disguise for all the big hitters in NXT.
Meaning that him going there
would preclude others from NXT going there.
Cooper Sick. What are the chances that EC3 not talking or getting a word in is actually his idea? After listening to his real-life personality on Edge and Christian's podcast, he does seem like the type who would enjoy that kind of shtick.
Oh, maybe like the Jericho thing.
It's possible.
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if he had some input there. Regardless of what he's doing, of what they have for him, he seems to run with it.
Yes.
Alto,
describe Undertaker and Michelle's wedding.
Be a bunch of like old wrestlers there.
Like a Gothic church.
No, well, okay.
Bunch of candles.
Is this kayfabe? Or
Yeah,
not?
yeah, obviously.
This is kayfabe. Then yeah, it's like they step. No, you know what they do?
The line of druids down the aisle.
They go to that stairway to hell.
Yeah.
They proceed down that.
Yeah.
They arrive in hell.
Yeah.
And then you see a bunch
betrothed
of
by
druids.
the hand of the devil himself.
Yeah. And then flowing behind the devil is, of course, the river Stygian.
Imbued with the powers of darkness.
Let's see here. Oh, man. A guy in a bear suit says, I had to brave a wild snowstorm to get to Raw last night, and all I could think about was how hard people would be laughing at my funeral if I had died on my way to see a Jeff Jarrett match. Yeah, that's a good point.
Sammy Garcia, should WWE give Becky the stunner finisher in order to go all in with Becky being modern day Stone Cold? No.
Nah, I think she needs to be her own person.
Yep. Lego.
I see more shades of like CM Punk, honestly, than Stone Cold.
Lego. Jeff Jarrett with Road Dogg versus Elias Part 2 was the most forced and unnecessary sequel since Highlander 2. I don't know. Steve popped for it.
Yeah, I'd pop for it. I thought it was pretty entertaining. But I might have popped for Highlander 2 also.
Donovan Dean, Dwayne Johnson for president 2020, yay or nay? Probably not. He seems like a busy guy.
Yeah, I don't know. I want somebody who knows what they're doing. Dude.
Exactly. I
That's
want someone
all.
with actual experience.
I want some people with legislative experience.
Yes. Or some sort of executive experience, not executive of a business, mind you, like a governmental executive.
Are we going to take
like a governor?
How much executive time are we going to take today?
Yeah, what did I see that today?
What, executive time?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been all over the news.
What is that?
Because somebody leaked the White House schedule. And it's 60% executive time.
Oh, my gosh.
Cody Miles. How come the two most boring people on Raw, Dean and Nia, have the best segment of the show when paired together? Are we really getting a Mania match between them?
I'd be surprised between them. Knucklehead 2014 EC3's facial reaction when Nia coughed was great.
I didn't notice it.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I didn't notice it.
Lego, favorite move name, his is Jackknife Powerbomb. That's a good one. That's hard to
That's
top
one
it.
of my favorite names.
Jackknife Powerbomb.
But Spanish Fly is good also.
Yeah, that's good. Starship Pain.
Starship Pain is one of the best. And that's why we like those moves so much, because the names are so great.
Names are great. Luis Navoa. Dean's delivery on the EC1, EC2 line reminded me of Mitch Hedberg from the current batch of wrestlers. Which would you like to see a stand-up set from? Dolph.
Well, you can.
I know.
I'm pretty sure you can get on YouTube.
Big E.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a really good one. I'd like to see the entire New Day as a comedy. Like a stand-up
like
act.
a comedy troupe.
I think that'd be great.
Doing skits and stuff.
Their dinner for 3 was really good.
Yeah, I think that'd be really good.
Alex C., if Becky and Ronda end up having a hardcore match at Mania, and Becky uses a baseball bat, is Steve confirmed precog? Heck yeah, man.
Maybe.
Call me the new Nostradamus.
Bieber Swag 420. Who in WWE takes the most executive time? It's got to be Brock. It's Brock.
Who takes the most executive time? It's totally Brock.
It's Brock.
Absolutely.
Totally Brock.
Interestingly enough, you know who's probably got the least executive time?
John Cena.
No, Vince.
Vince. Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's Vince.
He didn't even like to sleep.
He doesn't even like to sleep, man. When I'm supposed to close my eyes and have executive time? I don't think so. Not happening. Who is this? I'm in the Discord right now. The artist. I can't see the name. Oh, Hafty. Who should be the cover superstar for 2K20?
Becky Lynch.
And what new features would you like to see?
Inferno matches and then the cutscenes that used to be in the older games.
Yeah, I want more cutscene. We just want stuff to make fun WCW and We Book Raw.
Fun wrestling.
More better.
Yeah, that's it. We want to make our shows more cinematic. We need tools in there to do that.
I know, exactly. I want, like, depth of field.
Yeah, depth of field, some doff.
Yeah,
I want some doff in the camera features.
I want to be able to, like, control where I put my Kino flows.
Yeah. Oh, and, like, keyframes so you can do camera moves.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I want.
I want, like, whip pans.
Yeah.
And, yeah, all that kind of stuff. Inspector Butts. Oh, I want a Snorri cam.
All right.
Yeah, that'd be good. If Ronda is the annoying office snitch, what other office stereotype is the rest of the roster?
Who's the passive-aggressive yet overbearing boss?
Didn't we have a GM like that recently? Baron.
Yeah, I guess so.
Baron is kind of that already.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of other... I think Finn and Becky are the two people who are just cashing their check, trying to do something better outside their life. Like Finn's in a band. Mm-hmm. Becky's going to school. Mm-hmm. So it's just a job for them. Mm-hmm. They could leave at any time. Mm-hmm. Okay. Big Money GM said a local commercial or something spoiled that it's a team of Naomi and Carmella.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
Dragon Reborn, Kofi versus Big E playing pool is epic. Must see.
Yeah, that's what Lil Eris here in Discord says as well. Yeah, this was actually a good line. Big Money GM says nobody can resist Dean's raw sexual magnetism. That was pretty funny.
That was pretty funny.
Renee. Oh.
That's all I got.
Yeah, this last one is definitely a yay. Mark of Steel says, is Brian winning at Elimination Chamber a lock since they debuted a custom title only a few weeks before?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Yes, yes, and yes.
Yeah. Oh, Big Money also says, my favorite current move name is Keith Lee's Spirit Bomb. There you go. Anyways, that's it for the show. Thanks so much, everybody, for tuning in.
Thank you. Thank you.
Patrons, $5 and up. We've got Overrun coming up. We've got a Truth Exposed video about the abominable snowman.
Oh.
Is that what it is? Abominable? No, it's not snowman.
Yeah, the Yeti.
The Yeti.
Yeah.
Snowman?
Yeah.
Is that what they call him?
Yeah.
The Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways. So that should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Anyways, yeah. Fun show. Thanks so much for tuning in. Until next time, talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Be a part of Going In Raw today at patreon.com/Steven Larson. Starting at $1 a month, you can enjoy Going In Raw ad-free, gain access to the daily 30-minute Going In Raw post-show, exclusive merchandise, and so much more. Support Going In Raw today. Click the link in the description.